everybody, it's Tom and Jerry Fan 64 here, and it's now time to do a movie review to a movie that I finally watched. And I watched on HBO Max, and I just got done watching it just now, and that is Blazing Saddles. And this one I used to have the VHS of this one put on December 1st, 1997, but I just already donated it because I'm sad to say this, but if I disappoint a lot of you VHS fans, I apologize. But there's a reason behind why I don't collect VHS tapes anymore. The reason why I don't collect VHS tapes anymore is because I can't find a way to play them, because I'm planning on donating my VCR. Because even though the blue screen works, but there's one problem on my VCR that I have to have an AV cord, and my VCR doesn't look like it's compatible to my TV. But yeah, I'm gonna show, and I did used to have a Gene Wilder movie called Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory on DVD, but I threw it away to do this with scratch. I DVD back and I used to have the movie. Speaking of which, I used to have Charlie and the Chocolate Factory on DVD, but it was scratched. I hope to get the DVD back edition. I hope that Charlie and the Chocolate Factory gets a 4K. I hope to get I might get Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory on 4K. And Blazing Saddles, I'm definitely gonna get on 4K pretty soon. And I do have to see Mel Brooks' other movies, and I know I do have some bad news about my Blu-ray of. I had to throw away my Blu-ray of Spaceballs because it had a lot of rot. It had a lot of rot on it, so I will get the movie Spaceballs back in collection if the Blu-ray is in better condition. If it's a Blu-ray DVD combo pack. And speaking of which, I will re-review Spaceballs tomorrow. And I will re-review it next year because there's a new Spaceballs sequel, which originally I wasn't looking forward to. But after hearing that Rick Moranis is coming back out of retirement, and that Bill Pullman is reprising his role, I'm really excited for it. This movie, my movie review, The Blazing Saddles, is dedicated to a lot of people, including Gene Wilder, Cleavon Little, Slim Pickens, David Huddleston, Alex Karras, and others. And not only does Mel Brooks direct this movie, he also starred it, and he also wrote the screenplay alongside the late Richard Pryor, rest in peace, Andrew Bergman, and Norman Steinberg. I used to have the Richard Pryor movie Silver Streak on VHS with Gene Wilder, but I will get the DVD back. I already donated. I hope to get the movie back in question as the DVD. And I know that there's a couple Richard Pryor movies, and there's a couple Gene Wilder movies on Tubi. I know that speaking of Mel Brooks, I do have another Mel Brooks movie, and this is a 1998 DVD release of Young Frankenstein. And after this video, I might do a trailer review to Minions and Monsters, and I'm also going to do a trailer review to Girls Like Girls pretty soon. I'm going to try to do those trailer reviews today if I get the chance. But this is a special feature includes original theatrical trailers and Mel Brooks audio commentary and other bloopers. This movie, fun fact, the movie Young Frankenstein stars Gene Hackman, rest in peace, and I can't believe it's been almost a year since Gene Hackman passed away. And this movie, Young Frankenstein, came out the same year as Blazing Saddles. Is now blazing brighter than ever. Not the brighter thing. This is the very this is definitely one of the oldest Paramount, the oldest Warner Brothers Blu-ray from 2006. And if you guys want to, I want to share my thoughts on Netflix buying Warner Brothers. I'm starting to worry that I'm hoping that Netflix releases Warner Brothers movies on physical media. But yeah, and I want to share my excitement for there's going to be a Rush Hour 4, which is in development, and Paramount is going to be releasing it. So this special features for Blazing Saddles is additional scene-specific commentary by Mel Brooks, 2 documentaries, Back in the Saddle, Intimate Portrait, Madeline, Kahn insert, Black Bar, 1975 pilot episode of the proposed TV series spin-off and theatrical trailer. This one I got on March 2nd, 2025. I hope to get the 4K, and when I do get the 4K, I'm going to put it in a 2-disc 4K case. This is a 1974 film released 2002. It stars the late Gene Wilder, rest in peace, the late Cleavon Little, rest in peace, the late Slim Pickens, rest in peace, the late David Huddleston, rest in peace, Liam Dunn, the late Alex Karras, rest in peace, John Hillman, George Furr, College Student, also starring Mel Brooks, the late Madeline Kahn, rest in peace, and Harvey Korman. Here's the front, spine, back, rated R, and it is 93 minutes. If you guys haven't seen Blazing Saddles, I highly recommend it. Here's the disc. I will get the 4K of this one and here's my 1998 DVD release of Young Frankenstein. And this one's a 1974 movie starring the late Gene Wilder, rest in peace, the late Marty Feldman, rest in peace, the late great Peter Boyle, rest in peace, the late Cloris Leachman, rest in peace, The late great Terry Garr, rest in peace. The late Kenneth Mars, rest in peace. And the late Madeline Kahn, rest in peace. I don't know if Kenneth Mars is still alive, but so yeah, this movie also stars the late great Gene Hackman, rest in peace. It's really sad what happened to Gene Hackman and his wife. They both died on the same day, I believe. So yeah, this is directed by Mel Brooks, and he also wrote the story and screenplay along with Gene Wilder. Here's the front, spine back. It's the funniest comedy of all time, spine back. Monster Rises, the New York Times, rated PG, it's 106 minutes. This movie I remember watching in my film as literature class at Taft High School. It's a great movie. I need to rewatch it, though. And I do hope that Young Frankenstein gets a 4K. So yeah, in my opinion, I will re-review Young Frankenstein, but I'm not going to review Young Frankenstein again until I re-watch it. So if you guys, and in my opinion, this movie review, The Blazing Saddles, is going to be spoiler related. So if you guys don't want this movie spoiled, I highly recommend you click off the video. And if you guys want to, after you're done watching the movie, to watch the DVD, to watch my review. So yeah, this is a great movie, but there's a lot of the main problem I have with this movie, Blazing Saddles, this is a near perfect movie, but the thing that really irritates me a lot is that in this movie, there's a lot of uses of the N-word, and anyone who uses the N-word deserves to be canceled. I don't like the N-word at all. I don't like racists either. And sadly, Cleavon Little, I found out he died of colon cancer, which was the same cancer that killed Chadwick Boseman in 2020, and also Kirstie Alley. So yeah, and I will, when I do review Young Frankenstein, I will dedicate it to the memory of Gene Hackman, and which I did. The way I found out that Gene Hackman was in Young Frankenstein was from a YouTuber named Jurassic Godzilla Fan. And if you're watching this Jurassic Godzilla Fan, I want to give you a huge shout out. So yeah, this movie, Blazing Saddles, there's a lot of despicable characters, but I think Slim Pickens' character is so despicable, he terrorizes people. What I didn't know about Blazing Saddles is not only is it a Western or in a comedy, it's also a musical. And if you guys haven't seen this movie, and I think the main villain in this movie deserved to get defeated at the end. And Madeline Kahn is awesome as the... So yeah, if you guys haven't seen the movie Blazing Saddles, I highly recommend it. Yeah, I'm going to give this movie a 5 out of 5 stars and A+. So that is it for my movie review, The Blazing Saddles, which I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you're generous enough, please consider leaving a like on this video, subscribe, it really helps out. And I'll see you guys all in my next video, which will be a trailer review to Minions and Monsters. So I'll see you guys in. Adios.